So we talked about it again at the February meeting, and I said, look, let's, by the June meeting, really figure out what the plan is. And I'll say a couple things about it. People sort of ascribe, you can see in the press that there are these, at the Star Chamber meeting after the board meeting, there were all these nefarious things happened. It was just a 3-hour conversation we had where we decided, look, we want to be able to do a full search for the right next leader for the company. If we try to do that behind closed doors or in secret, heck, the moment you start talking to a couple candidates, it's going to be out there. And then it's going to just be a bunch of nonsense and a distraction for the company. So we want to do it out in the open. And we decided if we're going to do it out in the open, we should really think about bringing Jack in as the interim CEO now, which we're doing. Because, again, if we don't do that, the public distraction of when is the person going to be here, and and Dick's walking around like with a timer on his head. We just thought that was going to be ridiculous, and I agreed with that, and so we decided now was the time to do it.
Did you go into that meeting thinking that that was a possible outcome, or
we went into the meeting, I think, open to having a discussion about what the timing was going to be?
There had been some criticism, particularly from Chris Sacca, an early Twitter shareholder, a big Twitter shareholder, and it seemed in some ways it wasn't personal, but he said that Twitter hadn't done a great job telling its story, that it could be so much more. Did you take any of that personally?
Well, you can't take it. You can't take any of that stuff personally. I mean, as a CEO, you better be able to be, have some balance of. I told at the Code conference, I told Kara Swisher, I think great CEOs are a balance of resilient, and they're gritty and resilient, but they're self-aware. And you have to have that combination and not take these things personally. Look, we have the blessing of working at a company that everyone cares about and thinks about a lot, and it's been that way since I got to the company in 2009. Everything we do is in the spotlight, and people have opinions about it, and they want it to be more like this or more like that. That's a great thing. I mean, I'd much rather work at a company like that than someplace that people don't care about.
Okay, I have heard you say that before, but still, I mean, Sacca has made, let's say, early investors have made hundreds of millions of dollars via their Twitter shares under your leadership. There has to be something personally galling about the fact that then he
look, it's all a rich
critique.
It's all a rich tapestry.